15 Things You Didn't Know About Denzel Washington. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, and welcome back to our channel for a brand new video. Today's video is all about an actor we know and love. We're talking about the one and only Denzel Washington. Denzel Hayes Washington was born December 28, 1954 in Mount Vernon, New York. Washington first took the stage around the age of 7, appearing in a talent show at his local Boys and Girls Club. The club provided him with a safe place to be and kept him out of trouble. At 14, his parents divorced and he and his older sister were sent away to boarding school. Denzel Washington is an Academy Award-winning actor, director, and producer, best known for his roles in Glory, Malcolm X, and The Hurricane. As an actor, he's known for taking on challenging roles and portraying them to perfection. He got his first big break when he was chosen to play the role of Dr. Philip Chandler in the NBC medical drama series St. Elsewhere. He played several minor roles in films before Cry Freedom happened in 1987. His portrayal of social activist Steve Biko established him as a talented character actor. More challenging roles followed, and the actor went on to earn several Academy Award nominations and winning 2 of them. But let's get right to it, shall we? Here are 15 things you didn't know about Denzel Washington. Number 1. He's blessed with a beautiful face. Denzel has the perfect face. Newsweek did a piece in the 1990s on facial symmetry, since it's considered to be one of the main factors in determining someone's attractiveness. The author used Washington as a prime example of perfection. The article was called Biological Basis of the Perceptions of Beauty, and Washington apparently checked off all the factors that would make him, quote, perfect. A centered nose and perfectly aligned eyes, lips, and ears. Symmetry is much more powerful and profound than almost anyone ever imagined. We have no arguments here. Denzel is blessed with true beauty, and the science backs it up. Number 2. Attending military academy saved his life. Growing up in a predominantly African-American suburb, young Denzel had witnessed many of his friends take up the path of drugs, crime, and violence. He is certain that he too would have ended up like them if it had not been for his mother, a poor single parent, who sent him to Oakland Military Academy to learn some discipline. Denzel says, "That decision changed my life because I wouldn't have survived in the direction I was going. The guys I was hanging out with at the time, my running buddies, have now done maybe 40 years combined in the penitentiary. They were nice, but the streets got them." Number 3. He was named after a doctor. Washington is named after his father, who was also named after the doctor who delivered him, Dr. Denzel. The actor often points out how, although both first names are spelled the same, his father's name is pronounced with a stress on the first syllable, Denzel, whereas the actor's name is pronounced with a stress on the last, Denzel. Interesting way to choose a child's name, but we guess a lot of parents at that time would name their children after doctors who delivered them. It's the ultimate sign of gratitude. Number 4. He was undecided about his future. Like many students out there battling with what they think they want to become and what their talents are driving them towards, Denzel had to go through a few courses before discovering what he wanted in life. Washington attended Fordham University, where he first studied biology in the hopes of becoming a doctor. Then he switched to political science. Feeling indecisive, Washington dropped out of college for a semester and worked as a creative arts director at a YMCA summer camp. After Washington took part in a staff talent show at the camp, he was told he should consider acting. He then returned to Fordham and finished school, graduating with a BA in drama and journalism. Number 5. Denzel and his wife are known for their fundraising initiatives. They work together for causes they believe in, and in 2016, they jointly hosted a fundraiser for the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture. Over the years, about $55 million has been raised for the project, and they opened their Hollywood Hills home to sponsors and raised a further $17 million. Not only did they host the evening, but Pauletta performed there too. The entire thing sprang up from a family trip they had taken to Israel, where they had visited the Holocaust Museum. Number 6. He received a prophecy. Washington was 20 and struggling in college at Fordham University in the Bronx when he received a prophecy at his mother's beauty salon. a woman getting her hair done saw him and wrote down a prophecy that said Denzel would grow up and speak to millions. The woman wrote on the paper, "You're going to speak to millions of people. You're going to do great things." He doubted it since he was flunking out of college, but obviously things turned around, and today he still has that piece of paper to remind him that God has his back. The woman was known as a prophetess in their church and community, and boy was she right. Number 7. He could have starred in Blade. Washington was the original choice for the title character in the 1998 film Blade, a part that ended up going to Wesley Snipes. When Goyer first pitched the idea of doing Blade the film, the executives of New Line Cinemas felt there were only 3 actors who could possibly do the role: Snipes, Denzel Washington, and Lawrence Fishburne. But to Goyer, Snipes was the perfect choice for Blade. It would have been interesting to see Denzel dressed up in all black portraying a powerful vampire hunter. Oh well, time's not lost yet, maybe we still have a chance. Number 8. She said no. Twice. Today, they're known for having one of Hollywood's most enduring marriages, but they both confess that it almost didn't happen. They were at the premiere for 2013's Two Guns, when the couple admitted that he had asked her 3 times before finally getting a yes to his marriage proposal. She said no the first 2 times, and while they didn't go into detail about just why she rejected the first 2 marriage proposals, it seems they're not holding any grudges over these particular incidents. Pauletta said it was true. She turned him down twice, and the 3rd time, they did it. And they did it once again in 1995, when they renewed their wedding vows in a ceremony in South Africa. Number 9. He's qualified to operate a tank. A role in a movie is not just any other gig for Denzel, it's something worth a lot of research to understand the character that he'll portray. For example, before featuring in the 1993 film The Pelican Brief, Denzel had to spend months interacting and going through the day-to-day motions with actual reporters of the Washington Post. Furthermore, he had an opportunity in the film to put his drama and journalism degrees to good use. Denzel went through training at Fort Irwin's National Training Center in preparation for his role in Courage Under Fire, where he took part in battle games, listened to Desert Storm audio tapes, qualified as a trained M1A1 tank handler, and learned how to use a 120mm firearm. Number 10. He has a major regret. The offer Washington regrets turning down the most is Brad Pitt's Detective David Mills in Seven. Washington has been offered many roles in his long acting career, and he's turned down a few, but the one role he dismissed he later said was his biggest acting regret was this one. In the early 90s, he was offered the lead role in the detective thriller Seven, but decided to go with another similar themed but less successful film, Devil in a Blue Dress. The role was later given to Brad Pitt and turned out to be one of his major breakout roles. Are you wondering how Brad Pitt climbed this path to success? Check out our 15 Things You Didn't Know About Brad Pitt video to find out more. Number 11. He doesn't have movie star friends. My friends are old friends. One's an ex-music guy, the other's a restaurant owner, and the other's an ex-pro ball player. Why hasn't he made any actor friends? Well, in his own words, because I don't make friends. Maybe I'm not a butt kisser, maybe I'm not a schmoozer. I'm not about to go to a party to get a job. And then when you have children, the other friends become other parents. We'd coach baseball or basketball. My wife and I were raised right. I don't want movie star friends, and as he says, being African American, there were no big movie stars to hang out with anyway. Not when he was starting out. They were just the 3rd guy from the back. For whatever reason, he says, I never befriended any white actors. Number 12. He loved Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston kept turning down the role of Julia Biggs in The Preacher's Wife, but did that stop Washington? No. He kept on calling her for a year before she agreed. The role of Julia was written with Whitney Houston in mind, though she had not been approached to star in the film just yet. Denzel Washington says that he first considered Julia Roberts for the role, but quickly turned to Whitney Houston. Houston admitted that she was reluctant to accept, feeling she could not do justice to a role that required her to play a dowdy housewife. Only after reading the script the 2nd time and seeing parallels between her own life and the role of Julia did Houston accept. She was paid $10 million for the role. Number 13. He likes to perform most of his own stunts. Washington does his own stunts. Though it's hard to tell when watching a movie, many actors have people performing their stunts for them. Having someone perform your stunts is acceptable, though an actor who performs all of their own gains him or her a great reputation. Just like Jackie Chan, Denzel has performed many of his own stunts in films such as the 2010 hit The Book of Eli, where he engaged in hand-to-hand fighting sequences. Denzel was back at it in 2012 in the hit Safe House, where he did most of his own stunts again, including the disorienting waterboarding scene. He also did the fight scene sequences and loved it. This is one tough guy. Number 14. He's a spokesperson. Washington was a member of the Boys and Girls Club of America as a youth. Since 1993, he's been a national spokesperson for the organization, and not without good reason. He grew up in the club, after school and on the weekends, because his parents were often working. He said he wouldn't be where he is today without his involvement in the organization. Number 15. His father was a minister. The actor was raised in a religious household, strayed briefly in his youth, and is now firmly back on side. His father, Denzel Hayes Washington Sr., a native of Buckingham County, Virginia, was an ordained Pentecostal minister and also worked for the New York City Water Department and a local department store, S. Klein. If there's a bedrock to Washington's life and career, it may well have been provided by his father, the Reverend Denzel Hayes Washington. In 1995, Washington Jr. donated $2.5 million to help build a Pentecostal cathedral near his Los Angeles home. Regular attendees include Magic Johnson, Stevie Wonder, and Washington himself. And that was it for today, my dear Aluxers. Thanks so much for staying with us until the end. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and share it if you liked what you saw. And for more interesting videos, subscribe to our channel. There's a new one every day. Also, we're just curious. What's your favorite Denzel Washington movie, and why? Let us know in the comments below. Still here? Of course you are. As usual, here's your much-deserved bonus fact. Number 16. He has a crooked pinky finger. Yes, that's true. The actor broke his right pinky finger during a childhood basketball accident and never had it set correctly. The finger starts to bend from the lower knuckle, and it gives his hand an odd imbalance. Since his finger was not set correctly, you'll see him today with that crooked finger. However, this small accident has done no harm to his acting career whatsoever, since people hardly even notice the small issue unless they're really looking for it. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to Alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.